Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome back to my channel. I don't know everyone that has watched my videos, but I'm pretty sure that there are definitely a lot of anime fans of different levels, I guess you could say. I'm pretty sure I have like those veterans who have watched like 200, 300, 400 or more anime. I'm pretty sure I have some that have only watched maybe like 50 to 100, and I'm sure that some viewers are also newcomers. Maybe they want to get into anime or just watched one or two and want to watch more. And so today's video is for those of you who are new to anime or want to get into anime and want some recommendations. I have a bunch of anime recommendations when it comes to different genres, so I hope that these titles introduce you to some new things that maybe you would like to check out. These anime are definitely what I would consider like gateway anime because they're very accessible as well as very likable, because there are so many anime out there and it could become kind of overwhelming to pick something to watch. So I hope that these anime recommendations help those of you who don't know where to start, or those of you who just want to get into, they want to get into anime. And I can't wait to share with you, and I hope you all enjoy this video. Newcomers or veterans alike, share your recommendations in the comment section. If whatever your first anime was, if you think that other people can get into anime because of that title, feel free to comment below and share. This is a community, so I love sharing ideas with all of you and having us all talk about anime together. So hope you all enjoy this video. If you like it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and or subscribe to this channel. But anyway, let's get started. The first category that we're going to talk about is superheroes. So if you like superhero movies, like the Marvel movies or DC, things like that, you're definitely going to want to check out things like My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is filled with heroes and villains as well. So if you want to see some action, friendship, fighting, and really good animation for some of these fights, don't underestimate or overlook My Hero Academia. It's entertaining and it's fun to watch, all right? There's danger in it, of course, and I just love seeing all of the characters and their different quirks or abilities. Of course, our main character, Midoriya, he gets his power in a different way compared to some of the other characters, I guess you could say. But you see all of these kids go on this journey to become stronger and to be part of their society of superheroes, and it's just really, really entertaining and lovable and fun. So there's a lot to My Hero Academia, and I feel like a lot of people might not watch it because maybe they think it's too young or something, but honestly, there's something in it for everybody. You're gonna find at least one character that you will absolutely enjoy, and there's some really good character arcs in My Hero Academia as well. So don't let it go by you, because trust me, there's some good things happening in My Hero Academia. Another superhero anime that I think a lot of people would really enjoy getting into anime is One Punch Man. One Punch Man might be for some of the older audience, people, I guess you could say. I feel like it's more mature than My Hero Academia, but One Punch Man is also a really, really fun series. It's not just action, but it also has a lot of comedy in it as well, especially if you like the whole deadpan look. It's so funny and so prominent in One Punch Man. But you have this guy, Saitama, who's basically like the strongest superhero. All he has to do is one punch, and that's it. And so you have this superhero who is extremely strong, and we also have some other heroes that you're going to see, and very, very big villains and problems going on. But honestly, it is such a fun series, and I still collect that manga to this day because it's just so much fun. So that anime, that season 1 was great, and season 2 was a little bit different, but honestly, it's One Punch Man. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you will too if you haven't checked it out already, especially if you like superheroes. It has a lot of action, tell you that much. If you're looking for superhero action, One Punch Man is the way to go for sure. All right, the second genre is a genre that I don't feel like is necessarily something that a lot of people jump into right away, but with this word being added to the dictionary, I feel like it's becoming more and more common. So that's why I'm going to tell you some series from this genre known as Isekai. Isekai is your other world anime, things that, you get transported to another world, and it's kind of like fantasy, because you're in a fantasy world, but it's very distinct because usually like something happens in the real world where that main character dies or something and then gets transported into a different world. So it's usually that kind of concept, not where the whole story just takes place in a fictional world. That's a little different. So isekai and fantasy, two different genres. But anyway, isekai, for isekai anime, I really recommend Konosuba. Konosuba is hilarious. It is great. All of the characters will make you laugh. All right. And it's just like such an easy isekai anime to watch. Yes, it's a little ridiculous at times, but it's funny ridiculous, and it makes you want to keep on watching because it's so funny. And so while it is an isekai, I feel like it's different from other isekai, which focus more on like leveling up or destroying the kingdom, or I don't know, saving the kingdom. Maybe not destroying it, but things like that. Konosuba is more about the chemistry between the cast and just that comedy. It is so well done, and I highly recommend Konosuba if you are getting or you want to get into isekai. It is absolutely one of the most treasured series for a reason. It is a treasure. It really is. At least for me, I really know. I love it so much. But yeah, that's Konosuba. Another isekai anime that I think is very accessible and very like gateway friendly is Log Horizon. Log Horizon is one where, you know, you have a main character who is trapped in video game worlds, you know, gets transported to the video game, stuck in the video game. And honestly, it is the more mature sibling to Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online also deals with being put into a video game, but it's not as mature, and the storyline is not as great, in my opinion, as Log Horizon. Log Horizon is that isekai anime that you want to check out. It is that more mature anime about going into a video game that you want to watch. Sword Art Online has a lot of great moments. I remember when I watched it, I actually really liked it. Back then, they've had like a bunch of other series branching off from it, and I didn't really keep up with those, like Gun Gale Online and all that stuff. Maybe one day I will, but Sword Art Online was definitely a gateway anime for many people, and I can see it still being a gateway anime for people in the future. It is something that has a lot of things that kids, or not kids, but people are interested in. There's action, there's romance, there's being in a video game. It's that action and that, you know, wow, you know, part of Sword Art Online that draws people in. And I think that's what's going to continue to draw people to Sword Art Online. But honestly, like if I had to say Log Horizon or Sword Art Online, I would say Log Horizon, just because it does have a better storyline and it's also more mature. But if you want, you know, you're getting started with anime and isekai in general, you know, start at the point that you feel most comfortable with. But honestly, all three of these titles I feel are very accessible, very gateway anime friendly. And yeah, if you want to get isekai, these are probably the points that you should start at. Now let's move on to romance anime. I love romance anime. I just finished A Sign of Affection and I absolutely loved it. I'm about to start watching A Condition Called Love, and I forgot there was another one I was gonna watch, but anyway, I love romance anime. So if you're new to anime or you want to get into anime, you should definitely check out Lovely Complex. Lovely Complex is that anime that will always be so precious to everyone in the romance anime community. Honestly, it is precious. It deserves to be protected. It's about a shorter guy and a tall girl who have a lot of banter amongst themselves, but they end up, you know, kind of like falling in love for each other. And it's so sweet and so innocent and so pure. This is one of the romance animes that are just so pure and innocent. It is absolutely such a joy to watch, and that's why I recommend it to everyone. It is a great starting point because there's nothing ridiculous in the anime. There's no super gimmicky thing. There's no over excessive drama. It's just pure like happiness and comedy. Like these two characters who are just so funny with one another, who develop feelings. And honestly, it's like there's a lot of awkwardness, which is what love is kind of like, especially, you know, in real life. It's awkward, and you see that in Lovely Complex. This awkwardness, this innocence, this it's just absolutely such a great thing to watch. It's funny, it's cute, it's charming, and honestly, I watched that back in like 2007 when it was airing, and it's still great to this day. It holds up. So definitely check out Lovely Complex. If you're also looking for some more romance anime to start off with, do I want to make you cry or do I not? If you want to cry, or if you want something more dramatic with some romance, check out Your Lie in April. There's definitely a lot going on in Your Lie in April. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say too much about it. But if you like romance and music, Your Lie in April is the way to go. It is a beautiful anime with very interesting characters that you want to know more about. There's a competition going on. So if you like competitions, I mean, yeah, it's music, but it's still a competition. So it's exciting and sad and dramatic, and you'll definitely feel some things, unless you have a heart of stone like me. No, I'm just kidding. But still, you'll definitely feel things, and it's just a really charming anime if you're looking for something more dramatic with some romance on the side, or kind of it's like main focus but more dramatic, I guess you could say. I also really recommend things like Kimini To, which is all on Netflix, very accessible, very gateway anime friendly. I'm telling you, Kimini To is another pure, innocent romance anime that you will love. Kimini To. We have Sawako, who looks kind of scary. She's called Sadako, like the girl from The Ring, and she becomes friends with people in her class. And while you would think that somebody who people usually look at or determine as scary because of their looks and because of the way they behave, Sawako really, she turns into such a beautiful butterfly. She turns into she's always such a beautiful soul and character. And we see how the most popular boy in the school, Kazehaya, gets feelings for her, and how they have feelings for each other. And while a lot of the things happen are very, very slow in pace, it is something that is pure, it's innocent, it's lovely. And honestly, if you want to get into romance anime, this one is a little slow in terms of the romance, but it's something pure, innocent, fun, and just absolutely great. So definitely check that out. You will love Kazehaya. I'm telling you, I loved that dude. I loved him. But anyway, yeah, that's Kimini To. I watch a lot of romance anime, so I have one more recommendation for you all, and that is probably Horimiya. Horimiya is another romance anime that is very straightforward. It's, it's something where you have two characters who seem one way at school and are different in their everyday lives. So you see how they have this persona while they're at school with all their friends and how they act a certain way, but then outside they look and they act differently, and they get drawn to each other. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I definitely recommend that as well, because like I said, it's a simple premise. It's something that maybe people relate to, and it's a really, really awesome anime and manga. Check it out if you haven't already. That's Horimiya. All right, so the next genre that I'm going to be talking about is horror. Now, I love horror in general. It's one of my favorite genres ever. And so if I had to recommend anything, I had to recommend people who want to start anime, want to start watching something, I would have to recommend The Promised Neverland. The Promised Neverland is a great starter anime. It is thrilling. It is scary. It's not scary, but it is thrilling. It is most definitely still a horror anime where we have different types of farms. Yeah, different types of farms. I'm not going to say anything else. But it takes farms to a different level. It's crazy stuff. Kids are in danger here. So it's very, very thrilling, very exciting. It's something where you're rooting for the characters and you want them to be able to get to their goal. And like I said, I don't want to say too much, but honestly, If you're looking for like a thrilling horror type anime, The Promised Neverland can do no wrong. It is great. If you're also looking for something else that's thrilling and like a mystery, I really recommend Death Note. Death Note is where a lot of people got into anime, period. So I really recommend Death Note. I mean, it's about literally about a guy, Light Yagami, who gets a notebook where if you write people's names, people die, right? And so we have him against like one of the world's smartest people who's trying to find out who this guy is. And so honestly, like, it is thrilling, it is exciting, has some iconic anime moments, and is just one of like the best anime to start with. If you can't get into Death Note, I'm concerned. Death Note, it's so accessible. It is absolutely something that people will be engaged with. I personally really enjoy it years later, and I know people who are still really enjoying it for good reason as well. If you are also looking for another thriller, I really also recommend Erased. Erased is a time travel anime, and you know, it's about this kid who kind of wants to save his mom from getting killed. And so he goes back in time, and there's a bunch of things that he has to fix and find out who the murderer is. And there's a lot going on. And while there are some like foreshadowing and kind of like spoilerish moments, you're kind of like, you know, they kind of show things like in the opening, or was it the ending? I don't remember, but you're kind of like given like really big hints at some point when you finally realize, and finally like when you watch the whole thing, you're like, geez, it was right in front of my face the whole time. But Erased was a series that when I watched, it really pulled me in. And I know a lot of people who also felt the same way. Yes, it's a little more complex because it does have that time travel component in it, but it's easy to follow, likable characters of mystery that you want to solve. It's very engaging, very thrilling, and it's just a really good watch. Has awesome opening song as well. So check out Erased if you also are looking for something thrilling. If you want also some more horror, this anime isn't particularly horror, but it's bloody. And honestly, for more fan service liking fans, check out High School of the Dead. Technically, it's a horror anime. It's not very scary at all, in my opinion, but it does deal with the zombie apocalypse and has a lot of action and a lot of fan service. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I personally really enjoyed High School of the Dead. I thought it was ridiculously fun, and sometimes that's what you're looking for. Zombie apocalypse that is ridiculously fun, and yeah, that's how it was for me, you know? So if you're looking for a horror that's more, you know, focused on the action and fan service, you're going to want to check out High School of the Dead. But there are tons of other horror anime out there, and you should definitely check them out. But these are the ones that I think are very accessible and, you know, very friendly for newcomers, I guess you could say. Now, when it comes to comedy, if you like comedy, you want to laugh, definitely check out Nichijou. Nichijou is hilarious. Nichijou has a lot of references to other anime as well, so I don't think everyone will get all the references, especially if you're just getting into anime, but it is just so hilarious. It's very fast-paced, it's ready to go, and the jokes sometimes, you know, you might not understand them because maybe they're more like geared towards the Japanese audience, but they are hilarious most of the time. You have just an excellent cast of characters and just very fast-paced jokes. They're ridiculous jokes at times too, but they are fun, they're engaging, and Nichijou is one of my favorite comedy anime for sure. Moving along to action and adventure, I really recommend Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Not just because it's my favorite anime of all time. It's one of my favorites, absolutely. But because it has an awesome story and excellent characters about these two brothers. You know, both of them are alchemists, and you know, one brother is stuck in a metal suit, and you know, Edward, the other brother, wants to save his brother, and you know, how did they get that way? I'm not going to spoil it. And how are they going to get him back to his real body? I'm not going to spoil that either. Honestly, there's so many points to Full Metal Alchemist that draw you to it. It has an awesome soundtrack, awesome characters, awesome sound. I already said soundtrack. Awesome storyline. You know, honestly, there's so much to Full Metal Alchemist. There's fighting, there's action, there's feelings, there's everything, and you will see their journey from the beginning to the very end. If you watch Brotherhood, they adapt the entire anime, they adapt the entire manga. So this is a story that is fully adapted. The story is fully told in this anime series, and it is truly a beautiful, beautiful thing to watch. It has a little bit of everything for everyone, and I highly recommend it to everyone. This is definitely a gateway anime, definitely very friendly to newcomers. And if you haven't seen it already, I know it's a little longer with like 50 something episodes or maybe more than that, but honestly, it is an anime that you want to check out. Another anime in the action adventure category is Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is a more recent anime, but it's another thing that looks absolutely beautiful and has excellent characters. If you're looking for characters that have a great chemistry, Demon Slayer has a cast of characters that get along so well. You can see it in just the voice acting and everything. Everything looks beautiful. It's UFO table. It's a beautiful looking anime. There's action, there's danger, there's blood, there's so much to it. And so while it doesn't have like the strongest storyline at times, it is a great action-packed anime that a lot of people are enjoying for good reason. So definitely a very, very accessible anime to me as well. Another action anime is Spy Family. Spy Family deals with a family of 3 interesting people. We have an assassin, we have a spy, and then we also have an esper. So you have these 3 people who pretend to be a family, and they actually kind of do become a family. Like, just watch it. It's so much fun because there's action, there's comedy, and while there's an esper, Anya, who can control things and can read people's minds, like, it's a little bit different. And the whole concept of this family is very strange when you think about it. It is so much fun. It's hilarious and has action as well. It's very, very accessible to a lot of people because it's a very friendly, very exciting anime that has something that will appeal to many people. So honestly, Spy Family is another one that you might want to check out if you haven't already. There's more than 1 season and also a movie, so check that out. It's very, very fun, very action-packed, but also just very fun too. If you want to get into mecha anime, you want to get into the giant robots, I'm not going to start you guys off with Evangelion because that is heavy material. So it is great. It is awesome. It is excellent. But for newcomers, I don't know if I would exactly start there. If I were to start anywhere, I would start with Mobile Suit Gundam 00. I would definitely start there. It is a great story. And I know maybe not everyone is caught up to the whole Gundam universe and everything, but if you want to get into Gundam, 00 is a great place to start. It is very well done, once again, with the characters, the storyline. It looks beautiful. It is one of my favorite Gundam entries. So definitely check that out. Another mecha anime that I think is very newbie friendly is Darling in the Franxx. Darling in the Franxx is, it's interesting. I feel like a lot of people, when they see how they pilot the robots, people are gonna be like, I don't know if I want to watch this anymore. It's very fan servicey in that aspect, I guess you could say. But honestly, you have big robots, you have monsters, you have romance going on, you have these kids who are, these teenagers who are growing up, they're adolescents, and they're dealing with feelings and things, and they don't know what they want, and they're trying to be in a relationship. And there's a lot to it. Okay, it kind of starts off with more action and like big robots in the beginning, and then it gets more focused on that like human drama kind of thing in the second half. But honestly, I think it's very accessible to a lot of people because of the way the characters look and because giant robots. And there's also not like much that's the only thing. It was an original anime, so you don't have to watch anything to get into this, right? You don't have to watch any prerequisites or anything. So I feel like it's very, very open to a lot of people getting into like mecha anime. Personally, that's how I see it. So yeah, those were my anime recommendations for newbies, or my gateway anime for newcomers. I hope that these anime recommendations help some of you. I know that there are definitely way more anime. I'm pretty sure I should have mentioned some other titles. So like I said earlier in this video, if you you have any anime, or if you know of an anime that helps you get into anime in general, feel free to comment below. I always love interacting with all of you, and I hope this video was helpful for some of you and you'll get started on your anime journey soon. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, or subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.